camera's not working.
Good morning. Hope everybody's doing all right. Mark Eero with 21st Century Distributing. We're excited to have Jason Davis here with High Tech Network going over a few new models from Eero that were actually launched last month. We have them all in stock in our 7 locations at 21st Century Distributing. Got some new Wi-Fi 7 products, new outdoor product that we're going to go over. We'll go over the differences, kind of how they fit in the lineup. But I appreciate you guys being here. We're going to have this recorded on our virtual conference center. If you want to review it after the fact, get up to date on the new products with Eero. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the Q&A, and I have a quick poll I'm gonna make go live. If you want to answer those, that would be greatly appreciated. So without further ado, Jason, thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thanks for having me. And I'm having a really good hair day, so I apologize if my camera's not working.
I actually put gel in my hair this morning, so it's, yeah, I don't normally do that. Must be a
so
put my Eero t-shirt on. So
yeah, today we are going to talk about the new Eero Wi-Fi 7 products that launched last month. So many of you have been using Eero for a while, the Pro 6, Pro 6E, Pee-wee 6. About a year ago, the Max 7 launched, and that was just the start of Eero. Sorry, the phone rang. Let me unplug that thing. That was the start of Eero getting into Wi-Fi 7, which has become a really, sort of the next phase of technology. So now Eero has an entire family of Wi-Fi 7s, and well, I say an entire family, a couple of new models, and then more. I would expect more to follow. So, what is Wi-Fi 7? As you get into everyone's iPhone, modern laptops have it. Basically, it's faster speeds, but more importantly, in a residential application, lower latency and increased capacity. So it's more efficient than Wi-Fi 6, offering speeds that are up to 2 times faster. So we all know that, in the homes that you're deploying, gaming and video streaming are, more and more important every day. And these devices require high throughput and low latency for performance. And then when you have lots of many devices on the network, phones, coffee pots, everything in the home, it's more and more traffic. So Wi-Fi 7 technology basically has a bigger highway for all of the data to travel on, less congestion and interference. So Wi-Fi 7 upgrades versus Wi-Fi 6, wider channels up to 320 megahertz. So, double throughput of 160 megahertz devices. And then, the chips in these new Wi-Fi 7 devices in 20% higher in, peak performance. So we talked about the growing number of Wi-Fi 7 devices. Anyone that has a modern smartphone or a laptop in the last couple of years, they have Wi-Fi 7 chipsets. So as integrators deploying technology in their homes, we can let them make the most of their technology in the home. So here is the Eero Wi-Fi 7 lineup. The Max 7 is, the big boy. It's tri-band, great for crowded networks, larger homes. So the Max 7 supports internet plans up to 10 gigs per second, up to 250 devices per Eero, 2,500 square foot of coverage per device. Now, take that with, anytime you're deploying Wi-Fi, you guys know that it has to do with the construction of the home. One great thing about that is when you're deploying Eeros in an ecosystem, super easy to install. It will tell you, if the device is close enough to the next node, if you're using a mesh setup, so that we can sort of optimize and give the best performance possible. The next item in the lineup is the Eero Outdoor 7. So this was Eero's sort of entry into an outdoor access point. These devices can support up to 100 devices and through open air, up to 15,000 square foot of outdoor coverage. And then the two brand new devices that sort of round out the wider product offering within Wi-Fi, 7 wireless access points is the first is the Eero Pro 7. So these devices support internet speeds up to 5 gigs per second, 200 devices per Eero, and up to 2,000 square feet of coverage per device. And then lastly, the Eero 7, which is for smaller families, not as many devices, still supports internet speeds up to 2.5 gigs per second, 120 devices per device, and once again, 2,000 square feet of coverage per device. So
It said on those coming soon, but those are now available.
yes, these are now shipping. They're available from 21st today. So the Eero 7 is, the most affordable Wi-Fi 7 router from Eero. It's has the True Mesh software. Basically, True Mesh is Eero's technology that optimizes the mesh for peak performance all the time. It's always making adjustments. It's the Eero mesh reliability that you've been deploying for years with the Wi-Fi 6 product lineup. The Wi-Fi 7 wireless speeds up to 1.8 gigs per second and wired speeds up to 2.3 gigs per second. So that is the Eero 7. Who's the ideal customer for Eero 7? Smaller condos or production homes. And it is quite affordable for the performance of an Eero 7 is way larger than the cost. So it's tremendous value to your homeowners that you're deploying networks. So just quickly, tech specs. The Eero 7 is dual band Wi-Fi 7. Once again, wireless speeds up to 1.8 gigs, wired speeds up to 2.3. It does have two 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports. Of course, in a deployment, one of those would go to the modem, and the other could go to a PoE switch or a switch for other wired devices on the network. Now, the Pro 7, which is shipping now, is a tri-band, and it will deliver wireless speeds up to 3.9 gigs per second and wired speeds up to 4.7. So if you're in the areas, in the southeast or wherever you're deploying projects, if they have 5 gigabit internet to the communities, then it's good to at least start with the Eero Pro 7. Once again, these have two 5 gig Ethernet ports on board, one to go to the modem, the other to go to a switch for other wired devices in the home. So, if there are lots of children or people streaming, lots of data, lots of content, high-res video, the Eero Pro 7 is a great solution. It's also a great solution for any small businesses if you guys out there are doing light commercial projects.
So this would fall, okay. The next chart is what I was looking for. Where does it fall in line with the other 7 miles, which is right here?
Yep. So this sort of shows, this first chart shows the size, the footprint. So with the Eero 7 Wi-Fi 7 products, they're a little bit larger than the 6 Plus and the Pro 6E. Eero 7 sort of it's about the same height as the Pro 6E and not quite as wide, or as the 6 Plus, not quite as wide as the Pro 6E. And then the Pro 7 is sort of same sort of footprint and size as the Max 7, but not quite as tall and wide. So that's cool, just looking at the form factor. But if we look at how they fit into the family when comparing them to the previous generation. Well, I want to say previous generation, the Pro 6E and 6 Plus are, but in the dual band family, the Eero 7 is a great upgrade to a Eero 6 Plus for homes that have a little bit faster internet speeds than 1 gig per second. They also have a little bit larger coverage. And then the Pro 6E was a tri-band Wi-Fi 6 device using the Pro 7. If you want a Wi-Fi 7 system, will be the sort of direct replacement for that. And then if your homeowners want the best performance, Eero has to offer the Max 7, which can deliver 9.4 gigabits wired and extra coverage. So really, if you're wanting to make an entire network of Wi-Fi 7 versus Wi-Fi 6, I would, and if you were using the Eero 6 Plus, the Eero 7 is your go-to there. And then if you were using Pro 6Es, then the Pro 7. Mark, are there any other questions out there? I can't
Yeah, well,
see the
there's
chat.
a couple. I mean, since you're on that, let's answer this one first, which is a good one. I mean, it's the with customers actually notice a difference between Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 7. I know it's important to your if you have Wi-Fi 6 in the home or business and you put a Wi-Fi 7 there, it's going to downgrade to the Wi-Fi 6,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But just in
So,
terms of um, you know, coverage and speed of Wi-Fi 7 versus Wi-Fi 6? Will they really know a difference? I guess it all depends on what's coming through the house too.
well, so there are still lots of areas that 1 gigabit internet service into the house is the max you can get. So the performance improvements are with latency between devices and the speed at which devices connect and talk to other devices on the network. So Wi-Fi 7 in itself, as you think about the local area network in the home, performance with Wi-Fi 7, even if they only have, there's only 1 gig internet coming to the home, speed or even perceived speed will be better because of the lower latency with Wi-Fi 7.
Um, this is a question I've gotten twice in a week, which is really weird. And you probably don't know the answer to this yet, but there people are looking for a ceiling mounted bracket for the Pro or I guess a PoE ceiling mount WAP, I guess. I guess we're looking for a bracket. I've had a couple times for a bracket for those. I mean, I remember there used to be one available for some of the other models. Do you know if anything like that's coming out, or maybe I don't know? Does that be like a third party?
Um, well, first, if you could take down who the contact information for whoever asked that question, I'd like to follow up directly. So as far as right now, well, I would say this, that within the Wi-Fi 7 product offering, this is the direction Eero's going. So it's obviously there is the Eero PoE 6 is used by lots of integrators to use in conjunction with the gateway to deliver hardwired devices. So the Eero Pro 6E and Pro 7s and the Max 7 are not PoE devices, so they still need power. So I have to check on a specific ceiling mount, but
Well,
these
obviously, there's
need
one. I mean, for the PoE 6, right? I mean, because it's
That's it.
PoE. But for the ones that
yeah
are not PoE, I mean, you would need a injector, and then I remember they had the one that comes with a bracket and an injector, right? Remember those? Um,
yeah.
Sorry, Dave, were you going to say something?
No, I just agreed with you. That's all good.
Okay.
So there is not a ceiling mount at this time for the Eero 7 and the Pro 7. Now, this I will preface this by I have been, I've not been privy to any specific new products, but it would be logical for at some point, form factor V6 to be Wi-Fi 7. That doesn't mean There's nothing on the immediate horizon. I'm probably sharing too much, but all the 21st partners are really important. So it would Eero's heard the feedback, and a I guess PoE 7 or type form factor. I think that would be a great addition to the lineup at some point. I think I'm safe to say that, Mark.
Or
Okay.
maybe you guys could consider going into manufacturing and make some brackets to sell to everybody.
I don't think
Just
so.
I know.
saying.
Yeah, I know that there are some third-party,
Yeah, there
I
are.
don't know who makes them, that sort of,
Yeah,
it almost is flush with the ceiling, and they're made of
right.
plastic, so they don't interfere with the Wi-Fi signal. And that is a solution that I've seen people do, and we can get you sort of those options. I don't know what brands you have available, Mark, for that type of solution to sort of house Eero 7 in a ceiling, um, totally concealed.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I found some options, and the person that asked the question again. This is the second time I've been asked that question, so in a week. So I asked them for their information, so we'll get that. I get that information to them. Thank you.
And one thing I will say, Eero, the integration channel was really important. Hopefully, you guys out there have seen that, Eero's trying to be on the forefront, the fastest, highest performing products, and we're at, this is what I hope to be one of many, future. The Eero, the Wi-Fi 7 ecosystem is really important to Eero. Any other questions out there?
No, we're good. Thank you.
I want to just go back to the previous question about, performance. I don't have any slides. I will just share that in my own home. I only have Spectrum 1 gig internet service into my house. And when I switched now I went to the Max 7 from Pro 6Es. And so that's also a different price point, but my speed just internally in the home and how things connected was a substantial improvement. So even if your customer does not have, 5 gig internet into the home, Wi-Fi 7 will make devices on the local network perform to the best of their ability.
And that I would assume would go. You said that you had the Max 7. It would go for the Pro 7 as well, right?
Absolutely, the Pro 7. The Pro 7
You
is
have the Pro 7. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And we briefly talked about the Wi-Fi 7. Is it okay can I share, can I show the 21st website?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so I had the Eero page pulled up here. So I want to point out the Outdoor 7, which is on promo right now for $202 dealer cost. This is an unbelievable product that can deliver, as you get into it is PoE only, so there are a couple of SKUs. One comes, this part right here, the SN10111, comes with a 30-watt PoE adapter. Now, if you I was looking for the other one. Oh, right here. I just want to point out the difference in what these two SKUs are for your dealers. So the SN11111 does not have that PoE adapter. So, and PoE adapter, basically it's a local PoE adapter where you plug it into power and it's basically a local PoE injector, standalone. That's what that adapter is. So the Eero Outdoor 7 is a PoE only device. That's the only sort of input terminal on the device is an RJ45. So if you don't have PoE outside, you can purchase the SN10111 with the PoE adapter, or if you have one of these in stock already, without the adapter, they're available for purchase separately as well.
As you can see, we have a lot in stock, so buy as many as you can.
Yeah, I mean, Wings is place orders, and there's plenty of inventory as well that where 21st can get more if you guys want to load up.
Thanks for pointing that out, Jason.
My pleasure as always, Mark. I guess I can look at it. Any other questions out there?
No, I mean, I wanted to get all the new models covered in like 15, 20 minutes. We were able to do that. So I really appreciate it. Like we were saying before, we have the new models in stock. I think we gave a good kind of chart of where each model is placed in the lineup. There'll be more of these to come. What did Brad just say? Or
Brad, absolutely. The Outdoor 7 is the standalone SKU without the PoE adapter is you need a PoE plus switch. And in a lot of projects that you integrators are doing, you're going to have a PoE switch for the other devices, so they can be powered with a regular PoE switch. Now where the PoE adapter, the Outdoor 7 can be used point to point. Let's say you put one on the side of a house and you got a horse barn or a pool house at distance, you can put another one on that other structure and power it with PoE injector and provide coverage to secondary location.
Sorry, very good. No, thank you very much. Glad we got through this. Thank you, everybody. If there's no other questions, like I said, we're going to have this recorded and on our website if you need to go back to it. But we have all these models in stock now, so purchase away. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Jason.
Mark.